Hello everybody, this is Astocky here, and welcome to another episode of me playing Dwarf Fortress. Here we go. While it's loading up, I thought I would just let you guys know that this is probably going to be a slightly longer than normal episode because it has been ages, or at least it feels like I've been ages since I played this game, and I'm kind of excited about playing it again. It's been a long time, and I had all these really amazing, really grand plans, and I've forgotten what most of them were. But all I know is it's going to be amazing. So I'm going to start by mining all that out because each one of these little red things is a piece of iron ore, and that is going to come in super useful later. I thought what I would also do is just have a quick look around, and before I resume the game, just check out what I've got. So I've got stocks. I have no plants, which is not that good. I've got 48 eggs though. Lots of different kinds of meat. No meals, no cheese. Yeah, none of that stuff. So I had a quick look around off camera, and I have a still and I have a kitchen, but I don't have a farmer's workshop because it says I don't have any workshop farming. I'm not even sure what workshop farming means, but let's connect, read my dwarves, and see which one would be workshop farming. I feel so odd kind of turning my head while I'm looking at this, but I can't think of any other way to do it. So there's farming, plant processing. I think that's going to be the one that I want. So I'm going to turn both of my dwarves that are my farmers on, commit those changes. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is there is an option when you press O for options. You can see currently I have under H for harvest, I've got all harvest. If I change that to only farmers harvest, that means the better the skill of the person, the more crops they're going to harvest. So I think, I think that's going to be a good thing. So I'm going to unpause the game, and I'm going to repause the game because I just want to make sure my miners are busy doing something. And he is indeed, that's good. And what I'm also going to do is, now that I have a manager, hopefully I'm going to tell my manager to make some stuff. How do I do that? Nope. Oh, look at that. There's an opossum and some wild turkeys. Okay, that's not it either. There has to be a way to do it. J for job list. Aha, M for manager. Let's go Q for new order. Let's tell him we want to build some... What do we want to build? Lavish meals. Aha, prepare lavish meal. I want to do 5. Look at that. So basically, because I've now gone to my noble screen and I have a manager, my manager will now command this thing here to produce 5 lavish meals. And I'm not entirely sure what that's going to do, but I believe it's going to take some of these stocks of meat and fish and eggs that I have and turn them into meals, and that can only be a good thing. Or at least that's the assumption that I'm making. The assumption I'm making is that can only be a good thing. Okay, so if you look just here, actually I might even highlight that, it says a swarm of flies. Now I have no idea how a swarm of flies got in here, or even really what I can do with a swarm of flies. Construction inactive. That can't be good. Probably because my farmers are sleeping or something like that. Come on, mine that ground. So I've currently got 2 idlers, so let's check who my idlers are. My woodcutter and my mason are both idle. So let's pause the game, go to Dwarf Therapist again, and which one of you is my mason? Masonry, you. So what other stuff can you do? Architecture. So you can build things. Okay, that work. I hadn't really thought of how I was going to do this, but I'm thinking now I will go build and I want to build a wall. It's got to be here somewhere. Wall, floor, stairs, track. Shift C. I'm going to build W for wall. And where do I want to place it? I'm going to place it just here. What am I going to make it out of? Let's make it out of andesite, because it looks like I have 19 of that. That should be good. That's going to build me a stone wall. And we'll build another one here. And then K, whoops. Then we'll go K and find out what that thing is. That is a sapling. Hopefully I can just build the wall on top of that. But for first of all, we're going to remove some stairs and ramps. We're going to start about here and finish about here. Looks good. And then hopefully I can just build it straight over the top of this sapling. Build, Shift C, W for wall. And we're going to put that here. Out of andesite again. Beautiful. So wall. It's a pity I can't make it stay on andesite. Wall. Andesite. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm hoping to wall in this area a little bit, and it's going to kind of create me a bit of a protection from all of the bad things that want to get me. I'm going to leave a 3 gap. So wall, 1, 2, 3 gap in the center, because it's going to be wide enough for a caravan to get through. I'm going to place the next bit of wall there. Andesite, wall, and then I'm going to go hopefully just outside my wagon, although I think there is every possibility I'm going to run out of stone first. I don't know why I have such a small amount of stone. That just doesn't seem right, but maybe it's because I've been digging on a level that's too low or something like that. Yeah, only 6 to go. That's not going to be enough. But at least it will get started, and I believe it's going to be my stonemason that does this. Hopefully. And I have no more andesite left. So, let's go back down and oops, K for look. Okay, that is andesite, so let's go on this level and let's designate some digging. Just dig out around the mine just a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is do a nice long 3x3 hallway there. And then off this nice long 3x3 hallway, I'm going to start to dig my bedroom. So we've got a door, 1, 2, 3, door, 3, door, 3. You might think, that's not looking like much of a bedroom. Well, thankfully dwarves aren't very picky. So this is a perfect bedroom. And I'm making bedrooms for 10 dwarves. And bedrooms for 10 dwarves obviously means that I'm going to need some more beds. So let's go once again to job list J, M for manager. I'm going to say new order, we want a BED, construct bed. And we want to construct 10 beds, 1 for each room. Then we'll head back up to the surface. Actually, where are my miners? Or where is my miner? Why is that little dude not mining? Because he's drinking. That is him just there, you know, doing his thing, going, look at me, I'm Mr. Casual. So I'll just press spacebar and keep him going. There are lots of flies around my turkeys. I don't know why there's lots of flies around my turkeys. I don't even like flies being around my turkeys. Okay, here comes the miner. What is he going to do? He is going to... Where did he go? Aha! He is digging out those ramps. While I've got him digging out those ramps, actually, this whole area here shouldn't have any rock. Okay, the miner's running off again. Where did he go? Where did he go? There he is, digging out some more of this cave. That's not a bad thing, because all of these tables and chairs that I built, which are just here, I'm going to put those tables and chairs into my I guess I'm going to call it a dining hall by the time that it's done. So you can see there, prepare lavish meal, 4 out of 5. That means 1 lavish meal has been queued up and done, and 3 beds have also been queued up and done. So if I pause things and come up here, whoops, what am I doing? Queue. So yeah, look at that, you can see that all the beds are being queued up. Nothing has been queued up in any of these workshops, but if we come up to here in the kitchen, you can see prepare the lavish meals has been queued up. But for some reason, this guy is not actually constructing, and that stinks. But okay, so we've got plump helmets in this farm, then we've got quarry bushes, and then we have cave wheat, and then we have dimple cups. I'm going to change dimple cups for plump helmets, because I recently found out what dimple cups do, and they're pretty much useless. So we've got pigtails and dimple cups, so we'll change those for more quarry bushes and more plump helmets. Perfect. Although I don't know what my second farmer is doing. They are both sleeping, you lazy, lazy, lazy farmers. And my mason is not building that wall because he is, it says he's constructing. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Zoom is C. He is, there he is. Maybe, oh yeah, he's carrying some stone. He could be on his way out to build that wall right now. Let's check what he does. Wow, he's moving slowly. Oh, look at that, he's actually built some wall. That's cool. My miner is sleeping, so obviously he's not mining. But I think I do have some more wall now, so let's pause the game and let's build some more walls. Look at that. 4 more pieces of andesite already. So we want enter for wall, enter for just there, andesite. I'll seal this area off over here. Obviously this doesn't completely help me, because if we go up a level, you can see that the goblins could just walk up here, walk down this way, kind of drop down, and then boom, they're on the inside of my wall. So that's obviously not ideal, but it is what it is, and I guess you do what you can sometimes. So let's resume again, let things run for a little while by themselves. Now why are my turkeys not... Let's have a look at my stocks and see what I've got. So I've now got 6 plants. It says 9. I think that means there's 9 that are growing. Yeah, so the 6 plus the 9 makes the 15. Hopefully someone will harvest them soon. I've got 4 prepared meals. Lots of seeds though, which is a good thing. Lots of different kinds of clothing. Got a bit of what it's considering to be armor. Not a huge amount of other good stuff though, so let's go back to the job list and check on my manager. You know, he's doing his thing. I'm going to go new order. Mech cheese. Let's go for 20 cheese, because I don't actually know how much milk I have. Probably could have just checked. Where is milk? milk. Liquid, I have 13. So obviously 20 is not going to work, but it will do its thing. Here comes my mason, look at that. Bam, another piece of wall down. Soon this is going to be just like the best wall ever. Except I've built it right over the middle of my pasture. So let's remove that zone, and then let's build the pasture. X to stop removing zone. So we want to build from there. We'll go this time a bit further down. We'll go pen pasture, set pen pasture. Once again we want those same two animals, and then hopefully someone will make sure they stay where they're supposed to be. Oops, sorry, space to resume. I'm sometimes not entirely sure what's going on with this game. Things seem to be just happening all over the place by themselves. That thing still hasn't built. Why is it not built? I was sure I gave two of the people what they needed. Why did they not get... Okay. Let's try that. Yeah, definitely. Let's try that. Let's see how that goes. Now someone should have the ability to do it, and it should actually work better. I have lots of plants that need to be gathered. And actually I have quite a lot of plump helmets that are growing here as well. Oops, sorry, K for look. So the fact that they're not flashing means they're not fully grown yet. What is that? That is a slug. And that is a louse. How did they get there? Okay, I'm not even sure if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to go... no, I can't put another zone over the top of this zone. There are louse and things like that in my area. I think that's bad. Got 48 eggs. Why is no one collecting the eggs? Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. K for look. It's a beetle. Where the heck did a beetle come from? He's not showing up as being anything. Okay, I need some cats. We're going to go in here, we're going to set pens, and we are going to pen our cats in that same area. And then hopefully someone will put a cat in there. There we go. Cat, get in there. Eat those beetles. I have struck Cobbledite. I don't even know what that means. I've struck Illuminite. That's got to be a good thing. But again, I have no idea what that means. What I do know though is that maybe if I make a stockpile here, I don't want it to be animals, I want it to be custom. Go to food. I want to permit plants. I want to forbid seeds. Yeah, I'll permit those to be there. Maybe permit eggs. Maybe I'll take... So now I'm not sure. Let's forbid eggs. No, let's permit eggs. Ah, man. I'm all over the place here. Yes, let's permit eggs. Let's eat eggs. Eggs are good. There we go. So someone should now bring all those turkey eggs and bring them there. Let's go K, see what's on that square. We have a barrel of turkey eggs, which reminds me, I think there's an option you can have where you go Q on a stockpile and say max barrels 12, max barrels 12. Okay, that's alright then. Lots of barrels is the max. We'll go job to the manager. I've made all those beds, so we'll put in a new order for barrels. Why is that not coming up? Wooden barrel, there we go. Make. Maybe I don't want barrels. That's going to confuse him. He's going to make one wooden barrel. Let's go for, I think it's called a crate. Nope. What's another word that goes with crate? Box, barrel, basket. Darn it, I hate it when this happens. What do we got here? Oops, Q is the wrong key again. We have quiver, plaster bags, bags, and then just lots of barrels. Maybe there is nothing. Maybe I've got this confused with Nomoria. Ah, whatever. It can't be that bad. Build, wall, andesite. Got 9 more andesite. That's going to be plenty. Wall, andesite, wall, andesite, wall. Oops. There we go. That should basically be my entire wall now. Or at least it would be as soon as someone actually gets around to building it. Okay, so see just there, for like 2 seconds you saw that flashing. That meant that those plump helmets, oh, now these plump helmets just here are ready. So you can see he goes and grabs the bucket, brings it back, and he's done. I've struck yellow zircon. That sounds like a good thing. Where is the yellow zircon? Cobledite, cobledite, alunite. It doesn't matter. Unless that guy's doing it. Like I said, I'm really quite new to this game, so I don't really know what I'm doing with most of it. I was sure I made doors. Rock door. Make another 5 of them. Yeah, I completely thought I knew what I was doing with this game, and it turns out I don't have the faintest clue. I watched for a while. Have no eggs. But this stockpile here. How do I check it out? There we go. I have 48 roast hen eggs. It says roast, but I don't think they really are roast hen eggs. But what I can do now is, I think if I go escape and go Q for the stockpile and then go change settings, I think I can go eggs and say forbid eggs, and they should leave the eggs that are currently there. It seems that there are lizards and there are things running through the rest of my area because I have penned my cats. So let's take 2 of the cats away. Let them do their thing, let them go, and there he goes. Got that beetle. Good work, cat. And someone should take it outside and get rid of it. And dwarves are happy. Now reports. It is the 27th day of Hematite 126. I wish I knew what month that was. Oh wow, look at that. I have, nope, not Q, K, a farm plot that's growing something, and here I have my farmer picking something up in the barrel that he put just there. It was larch. No, it's a plant barrel, but he doesn't tell me what kind of plant it is. This whole thing is so confusing to me. Did I make my cheese? There's so much micromanagement involved. I still have lots of drinks, lots of liquid, but no cheese. Jobs, manager, make cheese 20 out of 20. Why hasn't he issued that order? Maybe he's busy doing something else and can't issue the order. Expedition leader is doing no job. Why are you not managing? Maybe you need some kind of manager skill to be able to manage or something like that. Oh no, the orders are there, they're just not doing it. Because they're too busy farming. Wow, 64 prepared meals. They made meals out of those eggs, didn't they? That's the only thing I can think of. Struck Galena. Where did I strike Galena? It doesn't matter. Build. D for door. Bam. Andesite. Build. Nope. D for door. There. Andesite. D for door. D for door. D for door. B for bed. B for bed. B for bed. Now once they've placed those beds, that will be 5 rooms that are ready to go. Once they've built those. So now we can use the Q key, I believe it is, to go on top of that and say R to make a bedroom. That is perfect. I don't need anyone to have it, so I will go R, enter, R, enter. Excellent. So we have 4 bedrooms now, and we're soon to have a 5th one. Just waiting for someone to bring it in. So we now have 5 bedrooms for 5 happy dwarves. And as soon as I go back to the surface and I have more doors and things, I will have more beds. My wall will eventually build itself, I hope, because my mason has apparently stopped. Although I don't know why he stopped. It says he's constructing, but I will believe it when I see him do it. He cancelled planting seeds. He needs rock nuts. Well that stinks. What is that patch just there? Flies. Flies. Why are there flies everywhere? Are the turkeys laying eggs? Hope they're laying more eggs. Yes they are. 36 more eggs. Unless I've eaten some. I'm so confused by this game. So yeah, I was kind of hoping that I could prove to everyone that these games weren't that complicated and that it would be lots of fun to play. I'm definitely having fun, but I'm definitely confused, and it's not necessarily exactly the super fun game that I thought it would be. No, that's not true. I am really enjoying this game. I'm a little confused, but that's not the same as to say I'm not having fun. I've got lots of things done. I've got lots of things built. I believe I'm almost to the point where I've got myself set up to be almost self-sufficient. So I'm going to build something now. I'm going to build, I believe it's a bridge. Door, floodgate, wall grate, bridge. That is letter G. So I want to change this bridge to be a bit longer and a bit wider. I want to put it there, and now W says it. So that should mean that it's raising in the most northerly direction, and I should press enter, and I want to make it out of andesite again. I need 3, so I'll make it all out of andesite, and that will be my bridge. And then I will go over to my mechanic and add a new task, make a rock mechanism. I believe I need 3 of those, and then once those are done, I'm going to make a lever and attach it to the bridge, and then I can seal that up and close that whenever I want. Red touralamine. Ooh, some migrants have arrived. Oh, what am I doing? Ah, heck, where are they? Okay, I'm so lost. Okay, read dwarves. Okay, so now we want to somehow group by migration wave. There we go. So I have just had 5 new people arrive, and of the 5 new people, wow, I have a legendary plant gatherer, no, a great herbalist. I have a great spinner. No one with any military skills. I've got a average crossbow maker, I think 2 is average, adequate. An adequate mason. An adequate butcher, butcher's good. An adequate wood burner. So I mean that's not a bad wave to get. What's that first person good at? Masonry and nothing else. So in that case, I'm going to put them on. I think it was construction that my other mason's doing. This is so hard to read sideways. Maybe it is just masonry, and maybe with his skills he will be able to do it. So without changing anyone, I may very well be okay. But I've totally lost where that. Oh no, there he is, right at the top of the screen. Okay. Okay, where is that in relation to where I am? Okay, so they've got to come up like up and over and down. That's not too bad. They must have come by boat. Let's keep things going. Hopefully I have, what do I got? 64 prepared meals. That's going to last a long time. Lots and lots and lots of plants. Quite a few eggs. No cheese though, they're not making any cheese. I don't like you not making cheese. Job manager, we want to create a new order. Process. We want to process plants into barrels, I believe it is. Let's go 5. And then let's go new order, process plants again. Let's this time process just plants. I don't know what the second one does. I think for the second one, for each one of those tasks, you need to have a certain kind of plant. So if we go Z and we have a look at my plants, plump helmets can be used to make into wine. They can also be used for cooking. Pigtails can be used to make string, which I think is just the plain processed plants. These ones are used to process plants into barrels, which is used to make dwarven syrup. And I think once you make them into those, you can then cook them. But again, I'm not 100% sure. What I'm sort of looking for here is making sure that I have plenty of things, that I'm not running out of all the important stuff. Okay, I've got my mechanism now. Once that wall is built, and once that bridge is built, I should be able to what is all these flashing X's? Aha, I have 7 idle dwarves. So my miner is idle, and my carpenter, and my woodcutter, and my second mason. Okay, something is going wrong here. Something is not working the way that it should be working. Maybe stone crafting is the skill he needs. I wish I had paid attention to who was doing it. Okay, I think I'm going to end the video just here, and I'm going to come back once I work out which one of my dudes is meant to be making that stone wall for me, because I thought it was my mason, but it's apparently not. And then once I've got that sorted, everything should be fantastic. I'll be able to start allocating jobs to all my idle people, working out who should be doing what, and then we'll have a lot of fun. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Astocky out.